No worries. So Drake, you're talking about day one, Green Bay,
Yep.
second stop on the NWT trail. Let's go back to that.
Yeah. So going out the first day, it was going to be a northeast wind at 15 to 20. And going into the tournament, Anthony Wright, the tournament director, said that, the next 2 days are blowing even harder, 25 to 30 out of the northeast. And this might be a 1 day shootout. So we all knew it going in that it could be a 1 day one. You better have a big bag. So we went to the first spot, and probably 15 minutes in, I caught like a little over 11 pounder. And
Wow.
it just set my nerves way back. I mean, it was crazy. It just inhaled the bait, and it just fought and fought and fought, and we got it in. And I was like, oh my God, that's a good start to the day. And then about an hour later, we got a second one. So we had two by, 9:30 or 10. So I wasn't feeling great, wasn't feeling terrible, but I knew we had two. We had, that 11 pounder, and the other one was probably close to 6 pounds. So we had, 17 pounds on two fish.
Yeah, that's a pretty good start.
Then it was a little bit of a struggle bus. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it was all right. We struggled for a few hours, switched gears, moved down probably about a quarter or half a mile to a new stretch. I'd kind of been watching, and no one had really hit it yet. That's one of the things with fishing the NWT is if you can find your own water. That first spot, I was one of the first ones there. I got first dibs on those fish right away. And then, there's just more guys fishing there, and those fish can feel that pressure. So I moved, down a quarter mile, half mile. Nikki, who was my co-angler, she stuck a good one, that was probably 4.5 pounds. And then I ended up getting another 3 pounder. So we had a little over 24 pounds on four fish. And that was at about 12:31. So I'm like, you know what? We're sitting good. We still got 2 hours. All we need to do is get one more bite.
Mm-hmm.
And so I proceeded to lose the next three fish, which was terrible. They hit it good and everything. When I set the hook, they wouldn't come in. It was for one thing or another. And then about a half hour left, 45 minutes left. I lost one that I still haunts me to this day. That dwarf, that 11 pounder, like that 11 pounder was a huge fish. And I got this other one 10 to 15 feet from the net, and it just wouldn't come in. And finally it flopped on the surface and got off, and it made that 11 pounder look small. I wish I would have been able to weigh that one.
Wow.
Because I would have had a heck of a bag then. But we ended up in 9th place. So we were sitting really good going into day two. But with the winds and forecasts and everything, they ended up calling it. So I couldn't complain at that point. I mean, I was in 9th, had a second top 10, two top 10s to start. And then, I was leading angler of the year at that point. So it was definitely a good thing.